Hutch, you came into the Red Wing camp on a tryout, and you earned a contract here in Grand Rapids. First off, what made you choose Griffins?
Only option. So, yeah, no, I enjoyed my time with Detroit at training camp, and then getting the opportunity to sign an ATO down here, and like I said, I enjoyed my time with the guys there, and the organization treats you great. I remember coming to Grand Rapids as a visiting team, and we didn't get to spend too much time here, but I loved the downtown. I enjoyed playing here as a visitor, so it was a good opportunity to come here and get some games in.
Absolutely. Now you saw a lot of pucks early and often here in this one. As a goalie, do you like that kind of activity early to get you going?
Yeah, it's always more fun when you get some shots, but it's also fun too if the play goes into the end for a bit. So as an older guy, you learn to appreciate both sides of it. It's you kind of want the guys to be humming in the offensive zone and giving you a break, but you just have to be ready for those games when you have to make a couple saves early on just to keep the guys in it, and then from there hope the team kind of builds off of the momentum.
Absolutely. Now when you are hemmed in there and with just a limited amount of time to get to know these guys, how do you work on your communication with them, especially puck movement in the own zone?
Yeah, we do a good job of practice, work on things, and then just being social in the locker room, going around and talking to all the guys here. Like I said, we have a really good group of guys here. Everyone's eager to learn. Everyone's kind of talks to each other. So it's fun to be around, and makes that kind of gelling process a little bit easier when you can talk to guys off the ice as well as on.
Absolutely. And throughout camp and in this locker room now, you have a young tender in Sebastian Kosa here with you. As a guy who's been around the block for a little bit, how do you impart your years of wisdom on a young tender like him?
Yeah, it's something, as I've gotten older in my career, I actually really enjoy is, working with young kids and being there just for, any questions that he asks. He's a really eager kid to learn, always asking questions, which is, a great thing, to use my experience as a resource and stuff. But at the end of the day, too, I was telling him, he's got here this far for his talent. He does a lot of things right. So any way I can help him out, I'm going to do it. And told Rope that between the three of us, we're a goalie team. It doesn't matter who's playing, who's getting the wins or whatever. We're all on the same team and we all have the same goal of winning the Calder Cup.
Seems like a pretty young team. What is going to be the key for this team to have success this season?
I think it's just trying to build every single night on what we've done the night before, and realizing it's a process. It's a long season, and you want to continually get better as the season goes. So you have to have perspective, especially as a young group of guys. There's going to be ups and downs in the season. Just as an older guy, make sure the guys keep perspective and are always eager to come to the rink and always eager to work and get better. And it seems like we have a group of guys and a group of young guys in here that they want to get better, they're eager to be here, and they're happy to be here. So that's a huge advantage for us.
What was the message from your coach after the first period where you didn't have the start you were probably looking for as a team?
Yeah, it was just perspective. It was not coming in and freaking out. It's the first period of the season, and at the end of the day, you're tied. So it was just knowing that we can play better. Just kind of simplifying our game, getting back to our game plan. We just kind of got away from it a little bit in the first period. So, and I think the guys did a great job of responding to that. They came out and we got better in the second period. We got even better in the third period. And that's it's a process. You just want to keep on getting better. Each game and each shift, each period. So.
The play right off the face-off, was that a set play, or did that just happen to work out for you?
It was a set play. We kind of talked about it before the face-off and the intermission once we knew we were starting. So, we're trying to hit that one for a while, so it's nice to get it done.
Yeah, that's got to be the quickest you've ever scored a goal. 7 seconds in.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was nice when these ones worked out.
Sure. What did you see from your power play tonight? You scored on the one, and then you had a lot of chances on the other one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, kind of spots that guys haven't really been playing in, so we're kind of still getting used to it. But nice to get a bunch of looks and then look at the film and see what we can improve on a little more. But good start with some good chances, and then obviously nice to get a goal as well.
Do you think that could be a team strength this season?
For sure. I mean, I think any good team you have to have a good power play and be able to capitalize. I think we have two good units. The other unit was really good as well. So it's a blessing to have both of us well.
It's going to be a young team this year. What do you think is key for success for this team?
just learning how to win these kind of games when we don't play our best, and we still come out with these wins. I think last year this would have been a game where maybe 2-1, down 2-1, it gets away from us, and we're in a spot where we can't come back, but we were able to hold our own and then start playing better, and then found a way to win.
What's the dynamic like with Lashoff? I mean, he's your teammate last year, and now he's your coach. What's that dynamic like?
Yeah, obviously you have a lot of respect for him. Obviously as a player, what he brought to the table, and I think he's going to be really good at helping all the young defensemen and even our older defensemen on stuff they can do to get better. So, lots of respect there, and we're excited to work with him.
But
Yeah, Coach, your first summer of your non-playing career, how was it different from the past?
It was a lot of preparation, different kind of preparation. Obviously, as a player, there's skating, and then you're in the gym preparing for a long season. But this was a whole new thing, so I was lucky enough to have a good support staff in that room that was able to help me throughout the summer to prepare for this season.
Absolutely. Do you find that you kind of see the game a little differently from the bench, or just been one game?
Yeah, there's definitely some differences for sure when you're watching behind the bench. There's definitely trying to see everything as a whole, especially with the D-core for me. So being able to make sure you have things for guys when they come off the ice every single time, and let guys play at the same time. So it's been a good learning process so far.
Yep. That first period, guys kind of had a bit of difficulty getting the puck out of the zone there. So what did you relay to the boys in first intermission to kind of get them settled in their own zone?
Well, it was definitely a slow start, obviously, with the home opener. It could be like that. I've been through a lot of those, but Waddy did a good job making sure we focused on the areas in which we needed to improve on going into the second, and I thought as the game went on, we got better and better.
Yep. A lot of the buzz around the young guys, but it was Hirose who came in the clutch there in the third. Now, how does your dynamic change to go from teammate to now your coach?
Well, in some ways it's the same. As a leader on the team last year, it was important for me to be able to be a support system for the guys and make sure that they're trying to do things the right way every single day. And I think that's no different as a coach. So being in a different role is obviously a little bit strange, being in a suit behind the bench rather than on the bench with the guys. But I think the guys have done a good job of making sure that we're doing what the coaching staff as a whole has asked, and I think that makes things a lot easier.
was there ever a discussion with your family about coaching elsewhere, or was Grand Rapids the only choice?
No, I think this has been home for me for a long time, and I knew that if I wanted to stay in the game when I was done playing, and Grand Rapids was the place I wanted to be. So it worked out that there was an opening here, and after some thinking, I thought there's a lot of similarities, like I talked about before, and from what I was doing as a player to there's obviously a whole lot more. I have a lot of respect for coaches in general for the amount of work that they put in. So I wanted to attack it head on, and it's been a fun ride so far.
Did you find yourself missing not being out on the ice, or are you at peace with your decision to retire?
I'm definitely at peace. My body's at peace with it for sure, but there's definitely. You get out there at the beginning of the game. This has been home for me for a long time playing, and you miss it for sure. But it's being behind the bench is the next best thing.
What's it like working with Dan Watson?
Well, it's been amazing. He's I've known Waddy for a long time. When I was a player, he was in Toledo, and then we got a good relationship, and he's someone I can learn from. Steph Julian as well, and these are guys that I've coached for a long time. They've had success where they've been, and I'm lucky enough to be able to learn from them on a daily basis and be able to be given some responsibilities and learn every single day. So it's been awesome.
What are your main responsibilities? Are you PK, PP?
Yeah, PK, running the defense as well. So those are obviously things I did a lot as a player. So
sure.
Definitely with their help for sure has been a good start.
What did you see from the team's penalty kill tonight? Your team's penalty kill?
I thought it was good as a whole. A couple of things we got to clean up for sure. Obviously, being at the beginning of the season, but I thought as a whole, the guys did a good job. We go from training camp in Detroit, and then we got a couple of days to practice here. It's a lot, but I thought for the most part, the things that myself and the coaching staff asked them to do, especially on the kill, I thought they did a pretty good job.
First one in the books. How's it feel to get a win?
Well, it was good. A little dicey there early on, that's for sure. But I thought our guys progressively got better as the game went on. So Getting that early one in the third certainly sparked our group and created some energy. And you know, as a coach, you stand back there and you're hoping your guys can battle back from the first period that they had. And I liked it. And once we got the third goal there, I was confident we could close it out.
Yeah, what was the message to the team after the first period?
Well, obviously our compete level, our pace was slow, we lacked execution. Just I don't know if they were kind of caught in a daze and a fog, but you know, Colorado came out, and sometimes it is easier as a road team to play. You just settle into your game. You don't have to worry about anything except for your teammates. And so maybe that was part of it, but you know, again, we have a strong group here, a lot of character guys, and they battled back.
Yeah, you face this team 3 more times now between this week and next weekend. How do you feel about that? Does it feel like a playoff atmosphere almost?
Yeah, it does. The way they play, you know, they're in your face. They've got tight gaps. They don't give you much room to make plays. So, yeah, it does. It feels like it's mid-season already, and guys need to make quick plays. And again, we've got to do a better job in certain areas that we're going to try and clean up before tomorrow.
It's a pretty young team. Got a lot of, you know, prospects that hoping to make the jump either this year or next year. What's going to be the key to this team's success?
Well, I think just getting guys better every game, every day. You know, just getting them to learn how to play in this league, getting them to learn what it takes to be a pro, how to compete every single night. Just a consistency. That's going to be the battle with us early on here, is finding that consistency from shift to shift, period to period, game to game, and we're really going to harp on that here.
And as a coach, how do you balance winning? Obviously, that's
Yep.
the important thing with developing these younger prospects.
Well, it's a hard job to do, but I think if you're developing the right way, the wins will come. And then I think winning speeds up that development process. Like tonight, we're gonna be able to look back on this win. It's a resilient group, resilient type of a win. The ability to come back shows a lot of character, and you know, that no quit attitude. That's something our young guys can learn right here tonight.
How would you grade Lashoff's first coaching gig, first
You
game
want
coaching?
honesty? No. Listen, I liked our PK. I thought our D progressively got better through the game. You know, he's a sharp mind. He's a sharp mind back there. He's going to be a great coach.
A big part of that first press conference you had was talking about your commitment to the culture. How do you establish that this early on in the season, get the building blocks going for down the line?
Yeah, you know what? It's just getting the guys together. That's step number one, is making sure, you know, they're building relationships themselves with each other. They trust each other. They respect each other. It's making sure that they understand as a staff, we care about them, we respect them. We've got their best interest at heart. And when you start doing that, now you start building a team that wants to come to the rink. They want to have fun. You know, and that's part of building the culture. And that's what we've been working on here ever since Detroit's camp, is really making sure that we talk to guys, we find out about what their personal life's like, not just their hockey life, you know, and try to get to know them as best we can.
Absolutely. Talked a little bit about the PK, but that power play was really humming in the third period. You know, with such a short time from cuts at Detroit's camp to tonight, you know, what areas do you really want to focus on to see those boys going like
Well,
that?
I think we focused heavy on special teams this week. We had 4 practices. We practiced them all 4 days, and that's probably why they look so good. And it's got to be a focus of ours, because special teams can win or lose you games early on in the season. I thought both special teams looked really good. I know we gave up one there on the PK, but one missed assignment. It was the back of our net, and that's what's going to happen. But just the overall detail. Now we're going to have a great pre-scout for tomorrow's game, and I just anticipate our guys getting better in those areas.
Absolutely. And, you know, Michael Hutchinson was outstanding tonight, and you have another great young goaltender in Sebastian Kosa. Early on, how do you feel like you're going to handle the tandem of those two guys?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're going to include our goaltending coach, Rope Koissen, in all those conversations, but Hutch was the best player on the ice tonight by far. He was outstanding. And you know what, Kosa can learn from that too. The way he competes, he battles, he doesn't quit on pucks. We're looking for Kosa to have a big game tomorrow.
What went into the decision to start Hutchinson tonight and Kosa tomorrow?
Well, I think just experience. You know, I think the biggest thing is he came into camp. He had a really good camp. He's been around, so just want to make sure we had the guys off on the right foot, and he certainly did his job.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.